What is up, guys? My name is Theo, and today we are talking about the M1 Mac Mini and some of the issues that I've had that I haven't really seen anyone talk about. I don't want to leave these ones out. I would love for them to get fixed eventually, and hopefully this video reaches Apple somehow. If somebody knows Apple, they can show them this so we can get these issues fixed. Mainly two issues, but again, I haven't seen them, so let's just kind of get into it. The first issue I dealt with is kind of a two-tier, but it mainly has to do with external hard drives. Now I use the Western Digital Easy Store, I think is what they're called. They're basic, super basic hard drives. I have two of them. There's two 5 terabyte hard drives. I mainly use them for just backing up all my stuff. I don't have like an expensive RAID system or anything like that, so I just have two separate drives, and I just take the time to back everything up to each of them. And the issue that I'm having with them is that they can sometimes cause either the computer to crash and reboot on its own. The first time that ever happened was when I first logged in, and I hadn't really set anything up just yet, but I was checking some files. I needed to pull some files off, and it caused the computer to completely reboot, like factory reset reboot. Like I had to go through the initial steps to log in, enter my Apple ID, pick all the settings. That was the first time. Second time it happened, it just did a normal soft reboot, luckily. But this has only happened twice. The first time was about 3 weeks ago when I first got the computer, and the second was about a week ago. So yeah, I don't know what that what the hard drive is doing to mess up the computer, but that is one of the things I've dealt with. And the other is also drive related. When I do plug these in and I leave them plugged in, I'm running them through a CalDigit USB-C hub, and I don't know. Like I'll leave them plugged in. I'll let the computer go to sleep, and when I turn it back on and I want to pull up some videos from those drives, it shows completely blank. I don't know why. It freaked me out the first time it ever happened because I thought everything was wiped. So yeah, I don't know what that is. If that's like some kind of thing, if it has something to do with it just being plugged in all the time, I'm not supposed to do that. I never had an issue with that before on an old iMac that I used to have. Literally every time I want to access something from those drives, I have to unplug them and plug them back in so that I can see what's in the drives. So that's one of the issues. That's kind of like a two-tier that I'm having with hard drives, specifically Western Digital hard drives. I don't know if I haven't tried any other ones. These are the only ones that I have. I only have the Western Digital brand. So yeah, Western Digital hard drives are either causing it to crash or not letting you access the files. Alright, so real quick, I'm Future Theo. Hi. So I wanted to address that real quick because since actually filming this portion of the video, I have messed around with the drive a little bit more, and I've found that it's actually the CalDigit hub dock that I'm using. I have since plugged it directly into the Mac Mini, and it's been working perfectly fine. The computer can go to sleep, and when I wake it back up, I can double click on the drive, and I can actually hear it spinning up, and it'll work. I can access all the files. And actually, after experiencing that, I kind of thought back on the first time it ever happened with the CalDigit hub, and it never actually, the drive itself would never actually spin up. So I don't know if it's like a communication issue or like a power issue, but for whatever reason, when you leave them plugged into the CalDigit hub, the drive itself would never actually spin. And I guess that's the reason why I couldn't access the files before. But yeah, everything's been working fine ever since I plugged it directly into the Mac. So I hope that's like a software thing that can either get fixed. I don't know if it's Apple side or CalDigit side. But yeah, I just wanted to say that it's not Western Digital's fault. It's the hub itself. So just wanted to clarify, but back to the video. Now, the second issue that I've had is an audio issue, but it's not quite like the Bluetooth audio issue that people have had before. I have the Bose Companion 2s. I love them, they're great. And I have them plugged in through the headphone jack on the Mac Mini. But sometimes, again, like when I'm coming back to the computer, waking it up from sleep, I'll play a YouTube video and the audio just won't play. Like I have to raise the volume and lower the volume for it to recognize that I want to listen to something, or for it to activate the speakers. But yeah, sometimes when I wake it up from sleep, it won't play any audio whatsoever. I've also had kind of a similar audio glitch when switching back and forth between two different apps. So if I'm in the Chrome browser watching YouTube, and then I switched over to the Wise camera app and played some of the audio from the cameras that were in my house, I was trying to spy on my dogs just to make sure they weren't tearing the house up, and the audio basically blacked out. It was trying to play the audio from the camera, and instead of playing it from the video, and then I couldn't get it to play anything again until I basically had to restart the computer, and it was working fine after that. But that's only ever happened once. I couldn't get it to reenact itself. But yeah, I don't know if it's having some kind of audio channel type of like issue or glitch or what, but it's been kind of a continuing issue that I've had to deal with. That's kind of frustrating. I have been able to get it to work every time, except for that one where I had to reset it. But yeah, I hope that could be fixed in a future firmware update. Please, Apple, it'd be much appreciated. I've also dealt with my own versions of Bluetooth issues. I've had the mouse kind of stutter on me quite a bit, and I couldn't get anything to connect when I would first turn on the computer. For whatever reason, if I reset the computer or if I shut it down and turn it back on, it would not recognize the keyboard and mouse until I was already logged in. So that was super frustrating. So I'd always have to pull out an old Magic keyboard that I had, and a little like stringy little super small iHome mouse that I keep just tucked away, just so I could plug that in, log in, unplug it, put it away, and then it would recognize the Bluetooth keyboards that I had after I logged in. So super frustrating with that. I basically just gave up on Bluetooth and used the little dongle, a little like wireless receiver that comes with all the Logitech peripherals, registered both of them to the one, and basically just plugged it straight into the Mac Mini, and I haven't had any issues with that. I've heard some people say that they've had issues with stuttering even with that receiver. I did hear somebody say that if you plug it directly into the Mac Mini instead of like a hub or something else, it would work fine, and that's what I've done straight from the beginning, and I haven't had any issues with my mouse or my keyboard ever since. But yeah, that's about everything that I've had to deal with. Again, the Bluetooth issue hasn't really been too much of an issue because the receiver's working perfectly fine. I haven't tried my AirPods with the Mac Mini just yet, but I haven't really had a need for it. These Bose companions have been great, and I'm not doing any kind of crazy studio monitoring or anything like that, and they've been fine. They've been plugged in through the headphone jack. I'll probably do a follow-up video as certain firmware updates come out, and just to kind of let you guys know if I'm dealing with the same issues or any new issues. Before I make those videos, I will try some Bluetooth headphones and kind of relate my experiences to you guys, so you guys know what's going on with that. And I'll probably do a video specifically on my Mac Mini desk setup. So again, if that's something that you're interested in, definitely stick around subscribing for that. But everything else, for the most part, has been pretty smooth. It's crazy fast. Editing video has been great. I've only edited a couple videos, but I haven't really had too many issues with that. But again, any other issues that I have, I will keep you guys up to date with them. And also, real quick, if you guys have dealt with these issues before and you've already kind of fixed them, and if there's something I'm not thinking about that I'm supposed to change in the settings for any of this, definitely please let me know. It would be much appreciated. This could be user error. I'm willing to admit that. I don't think it is, but again, if it is, and you guys know a workaround for any of this, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you. That about does it for this one, guys. I hope you guys appreciated it. Again, if you guys know anyone who knows anyone in Apple, please share this video. It would be much appreciated. I'm sure I'm not the only one dealing with these issues that nobody else has made a video on, but again, hopefully we can get it to them and they can get it fixed. But that about does it for this one, guys. If you guys do want to see a little bit more coverage with this, I plan on making a few more videos. It's not going to be a very M1 Mac Mini focused channel. I do a lot of photo and video content here on this channel as well, and a little bit of tech, obviously. So if that is your thing, guys, definitely stick around and consider subscribing. It is much appreciated. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Later.